Happy girl, you know me, woohoo. Hello lovies, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about the new releases, the Anastasia Nicole Guerriero collab glow kit, and the latest palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the Androgyny palette. I'll be going into depth with this, but before I do, I wanted to show you how to achieve this look, and I hope that you enjoy. Okay, so before I show you my eye makeup tutorial, I thought that this would be a great opportunity to show you my current face routine. So let's put my hair up first. So first, let's start off with priming our face and moisturizing it. I'm going to go into the Ofra Cosmetics Wanderlush moisturizer. I've been using this only for about a week right now, and I bought it because I don't really have many moisturizers that I'm loving these days, and I heard that this was a primer as well, and since I'm really fucking lazy, I don't like putting primers on for the most part. I just like doing the least that I can with my face routine so that I can focus more on my eye look and my lipstick choices. So a lot of people, I noticed that they were complaining that this was kind of sticky. I personally don't notice it, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I really like it. It's very hydrating. Now I'm gonna go in with my Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Tan. And I got this along with actually a bunch of these bottles at Gen Beauty last year. It was bonkers because I kept on finding all of the little coupons for Too Faced on the floor all the time. Everyone was just dropping them, and I was fortunate enough to find almost all of them, at least 5. I don't know if they're all of them, but you know. Yeah, so I kept on going up, and I would just show my coupon, and I would hope that the makeup artist didn't notice, because you would probably think that I'm stealing them, if anything, and I didn't want her to be on to me. So I got a bunch of the medium tans, and then I also got some of the regular tans so that I could use it then. And but I'm not in love with this concealer. I'm just using it because I have a bottle of it. It's a little bit too pink undertoned for me, and I don't love it because I'm yellow undertoned or neutral undertoned, and I fucking hate it when I find all these foundations that they're supposed to be my color, but they're all pink undertoned. Anyways, since I'm covering this with foundation that actually matches my neck and my body with my right undertone, I'm gonna use this. I'm putting some underneath my eye bags, even though I'm probably gonna go back into them with a different concealer. It's just part of my routine. I don't like seeing them exposed whenever I have to put on my foundation. And I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, this dirty little thing, and I'm just gonna blend that all in. Okay, so now I'm going in with my foundation. I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the shade Golden, and I am in love with it. Mainly for the fact that for months I've been struggling trying to find the perfect foundation to match me, since, I don't know, just look weird colored, I guess. And this is spot on. So I've just been using it, and I've been really loving it. I'm just gonna make some tribal marks on my face. I don't know why a lot of people don't like it. I mean, I'm not sure if a lot of people don't like it though, but I have seen that a good amount of people don't use it, they don't fuck with it. And I'm not sure why. It's not too drying. It does the trick. It goes a long way, and it's only $25, you know? Because I'm not trying to spend $40 every time that my shade adjusts a little bit. And I'm not one of those YouTubers that gets a bunch of fucking makeup sent over to them, although that is the goal. So I'm gonna stick with that, and hopefully when I start getting a little bit tanner, I either have something that already matches me, or I can find a stick from their collection that does the trick. So I'm going in with this brush, this face brush that I got off of Amazon, and it is the Sand Can collection. They come in a box of 10, and they're all really soft. I actually really like them. So I don't know if people prefer to use these to the Artis brushes that are about 40 bucks a brush, but I call them all fools for wanting to spend more money on those types of brushes when you can get a perfect alternative off of Amazon, because Amazon's got your back. And now I'm gonna go in with my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Custard, which is a medium one. And I'm gonna go back into my under eyes just to highlight that area a little bit more. So I haven't jumped on the bandwagon of the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer, even though all the YouTubers are gagging for it right now. I just haven't gotten around to purchasing it, you know? I do actually still want to try it though, because I mean, I'm sure that there's a bandwagon for a reason. But for now, I'm pretty content with this Radiant Creamy Concealer that took me forever to buy because I just could not justify for the longest spending $30 on a concealer. I'm also going to use a smaller sand can brush to blend that in. I like how all of these brushes are very versatile. They definitely do the trick. They have so many options. I can use this to blend out my concealer, I can use it to contour my nose. And now I'm going to go in with my RCMA No Color Powder, which I have put into this this Tarte jar. This was originally the Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. And actually there may be some still in there. I just put it on the top. And I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques sponge. Kathleen Likes talked about this sponge in her disappointing products, and I mean, it's unfortunate that this is one of those sponges that doesn't expand, and it is a lot firmer than others, but I really like the shape, so that's the reason why I had purchased it. Ooh, I put way too much down there. What up? What up? Looney. I will be going into my face powder, so I'll be using the Stay Matte Not Flat from NYX, and this is in the shade Golden Beige. And I will be using the 502 Luxie Beauty Large Powder Brush, which these brushes are one of my favorite brushes in the world. They are so soft, they're so beautiful. I love the handle, that it's pink. And yeah, they're just thebomb.com. The first time I tried one of these brushes was when I got it in one of my BoxyCharm subscription boxes, and I was like, yeah, I'm in there. So I'm just gonna use this all over my face to lock the foundation. Meanwhile, I am baking my under eyes, and then once I go in with contour, then I shall apply more of the RCMA powder as well. Now for contouring, I've been pretty obsessed with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chisel to Perfection contouring kit. And so I originally was using the dark cocoa, and I think it was just because it was summertime and I was tanner. But these days I've been using the medium cocoa. I don't use this that much just because I use my RCMA powder, and this highlight sucks ass. And I'm gonna use the Luxie 610 Flat Sculpting Brush. I just feel that it accentuates my cheekbones to the fullest, and it does the trick. And with another brush, this is the Luxie 512 Small Contouring Brush. This just works a little bit better for contouring my nose. Sometimes when I'm lazy though, I'll still use that other brush and I'll just be like, I'm just
movies come all the way down to the bottom.
Okay, so I'm going to do my brows off camera. So I'm done with my brows. And if you're curious as to what products I've used for my brows, I always use the dip pomade in the shade Ebony from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I generally use the Ofra Cosmetics number 4 brush, which is an angle brush. Okay, so the last things that I have to do for my face are blush and to remove the powder off my face. So for blush, I am going in with this NYX blush, and it is in the shade Coraline. It is a beautiful orangey toned color. And I will go on top of my contour very lightly. So now we are ready for the eye makeup tutorial. So using the shade Military and my Morphe MB23 brush, I will apply this as my transition shade. Now with this Morphe M433 brush, I will be dipping into Charm, and I will be putting that near my inner corner, but right on the crease. Now dipping into Poison with this Kylie brush that came with the Royal Peach palette and resembles Morphe brushes ever so likely. I will be putting this into my outer corner.
And I'll be going back in with Charm and putting it on the center of my lid.
Now I will be dipping into the frosting shade with this Luxie 528 concealer brush, which I don't use as a concealer brush. And I will be putting that shade into my inner corner. Now for the lower lash, I will be dipping into Fetish with my Luxie 231 brush, which is a small tapered blending brush. And I also will be dipping into the Military shade underneath that with my Essence eye brush. For liner, I will be using the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the color Dirty Money.
And there you have it. I put some lashes off camera, and what I'm using is the Eyelook Grand Luxe lashes. They're so silky and so wispy, and it's so beautiful.
So that was the tutorial. I hope that you really enjoyed that. Now let's delve into these palettes a little bit more. So I'm first going to go into the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Now, as you can see, it has 10 different shades. Let's see what the box says. 10 jaw-dropping shades, vegan, cruelty-free, long-lasting, buttery and delicious. Here is our version of a neutral palette. Well, this palette does have a lot more neutral-ish tones, like Deja Vu and Dominatrix, and Fetish, Safe Word, and Androgyny. Other than that, the rest of the colors are a little bit more on the colorful side. This is a very shimmery shade, Frosting, that is very yellow pigmented. Then there's Charm, which is a beautiful orange tangerine-ish type of color. Then we have this olive green called Military. We have Poison, which is, I feel like it matches closely to my shirt. And then we have Swallow. I will be showing you a swatch in a second of each one of these shades.
This is Frosting. This is Safe Word. This is Charm. This is Deja Vu. This is Dominatrix. This is Androgyny. This is Fetish. And this is Military. This is Poison. And this is Swallow. Wow, they're so nicely pigmented.
Now, I wanted to compare this palette to the original palette that was first released by Jeffree Star, the Beauty Killer palette. So I wanted to put these side by side. As you can see, these both are the same size. These both have the same sized pans. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the beauty killer. So each one of these pans is 0.09 ounces, which is 2.5 grams. And I think that's a lot of product. Each one of these has the logo stamped onto it, which is very beautiful. And it makes me feel bad whenever I dip my finger or my brush into these shades. So with the first palette that they released, or that he released, I liked a lot of the shades on their own, but this palette was not cohesive whatsoever. Now with the Androgyny palette, I definitely see more cohesion in here. So you have a bunch of these colors which are very similar. Then you have these three which are also very similar. You have these two very metallic-y shades that can put a pop into any eye look. And then you have these mattified shades which are Androgyny and Dominatrix, also named by the same liquid lipsticks that he's released, that are just about the same color. I think that this is a very gorgeous palette, and it's something that a lot of people that enjoy doing their eye makeup should have in their collection. Now, in terms of the quality of these shades, I do think that, yes, it is very buttery. There is some fallout, but the way that I try to avoid the fallout more is by just lightly putting in my brush and then picking up some of the fallout if I want to add more eyeshadow to whatever look I'm doing. So for the most part, everything is just great with this palette. I love the designs that it has on right here on the side, and it has the little Jeffree Star logo up there. It has a huge mirror. You can take this palette anywhere and get ready with just this mirror. So that's something that I really love about this palette. In terms of the packaging, this looks like it is faux snake skin. It's a very, very beautiful and like nice feeling texture. With that being said, I'm actually going to do a video soon, 3 looks, 1 palette, for this Androgyny palette, as well as for some of the other ones that I've been collecting recently that I haven't gotten a chance to play with so much. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe to my channel and you'll see that come through soon enough. Now, going into my other product that I really wanted to speak about, this is the Anastasia Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit collaboration. I have not been watching YouTube videos that long, but one of the YouTubers that I thoroughly enjoy is Nicole Guerriero. She is very empowering for the Latina culture in terms of just the success that she has achieved in all these years. She's definitely put in a lot of hard work. I definitely think that she deserves to have had a collaboration by now. She's done collaborations with eyelook and now with Anastasia. She's definitely a very talented person, and I'm glad that she came out with the glow kit because a bitch likes to shine. So I left my cheeks bare, and I definitely want to put some of these shades on my cheeks just so that you can see how shiny they are, how glowy they are. So here's the palette. There are 6 shades. There are 0.16 ounces, so that's a lot for the product, especially since I don't ever think I'm gonna go through any of my highlighters in my lifetime. I'm never gonna hit pan. I really don't foresee it happening. So yeah, so we have Kitty Cat, Forever Young, Daydream, which is one of my favorite shades. And then we have Forever Lit, we have Glow Getter, we have 143, which is an insider thing between Nicole Guerriero and her fans, and I think it stands for I love you. I'm not sure, I haven't really heard her say that in any of the videos that I've seen. They are definitely very glittery. So, especially when you put them on your cheek, they're really glittery. I love glittery highlighters. I know there's some people out there like a little bit more subtle, shimmery highlighters, but I like it, the chunkier the better. So that's one of the reasons why I like this. I did want to compare it to another one of the palettes that I have from Anastasia, that's a glow kit. And so the only one I have is the Moonchild palette, which looks like this. Mine's busted. So in terms of palette size, this one is definitely smaller than this one, as you can see. But the grams per highlight isn't much different. The Moonchild is 0.15 and this palette is 0.16. In terms of comparing it to the quality of the shadows in Moonchild, I feel that Moonchild is much more subtle in terms of the glow than the Nicole Guerriero one. So I now want to put some on my cheeks so that you can see how it looks. So I'm going to whip out my favorite highlighting brush. It is the Luxie 225. It's a tapered highlighter brush that I got from Gen Beauty as well while I was waiting online to redeem my coupon. And all I had to do was sign up to their subscription list, and then I got a highlighter brush. So I think for this look, it would be great to dip into Kitty Cat and Daydream. Start off with Daydream. Going in with you can really see. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that now. Now I'm gonna do my other cheek. Oh yes. I have a mirror to the left side of me. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my nose. I do have smaller highlighting brushes, but I'm too lazy to take it out at the moment. Ooh, my boo boo child. So I also definitely recommend getting this palette. It has wowed me. It's so beautiful. And I'm a sucker for packaging. As you can see, the Nicole Guerriero section is hollow, and I love hollow. And then the rest of the packaging is very light peachy, and it has glitter all over it. So also, if you're shopping in Sephora, or if you do a lot of online shopping like Ulta and like JCPenney and all that other jazz, I do have an eBay invitation that I feel you should definitely get on the bandwagon of eBay's get money for just shopping online. So I will see if I can put the link down on the description below. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to join my YouTube family, and I will see you next time.